Look, Donald Trump insulting me is a badge of honor.
Well, here we go. We're on day, 5, 6, 7 of Tardgate. Donald Trump a few days ago talking about the billions of dollars that's being stolen out of Minnesota under the watchful, flappy hand eyes of Governor Tim Walz, called him a retard. And the mainstream media press went nuts like, oh my God, I can't believe that he would say that. Why? Why, have you seen Tim Walz? That would explain a little bit of what's going on with that degenerate weirdo. Anyway, they tried to harangue Donald Trump on Air Force One the other day. How'd that go?
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with it. Absolutely. You have a problem?
Do you have a problem? Excuse me, sir. That's a mean word. You want to walk that back? No, I think he's retarded. I think there's something wrong with that, dude. Why, you got a problem with that? Dude. He was going to throw that chick off the airplane. Yeah. While it was at 36,000 feet, doing 600 miles per hour. Yeah. I'd be fine with that, allegedly, of course, in Minecraft. Donald Trump's Air Force One movie, yeah, where he's throwing stupid reporters asking stupid questions out the airplane. I'd laugh my balls off. Allegedly, of course. But, all right. Tim Walz very upset about this, obviously. And he said, release the MRI. And then Donald Trump was like, I'm totally fine. I'm golfing. Doing way better than you, idiot. And now Tim Walz has shifted gears and said, okay, fine. All right. You're not going to back down after we try to tell you that that's a means word. You're not going to back down after we say release the MRI. Well, now I'm telling you to back down because you're going to get me killed. What? Everybody knows saying the R word is secret super duper code for assassination. No, what the hell? What is going on over here? Yeah, no, this guy's got a sub-Saharan IQ.
True. This creates danger.
How?
And I'll tell you what, in my time on this, I'd never seen this before. People driving by my house and using the R word in front of people. This is shameful. And I have yet to see an elected official, a Republican elected official, say, you're right, that's shameful.
Yeah, because we don't care. I love this notion. Listen, this is a wild position for you idiots on the left-hand side to hold. Donald Trump called you retarded. That used to be the medical definition for Tim Walz's issue over here. Again, half of it maybe. The other half is being a degenerate. We're not taking a lecture from you about mean words. You said Donald Trump was Hitler. You literally said this.
Democratic vice presidential nominee Tim Walz said Trump's rally was a, quote, direct parallel to the 1939 Nazi rally. And he just...
What in the world? What leg are you standing on? Oh, my God, stop calling me the R word. That's going to get me killed. You worse than Hitler. And your Gestapo foot soldiers. This is all you idiots have been saying on your side. Tim Walz calls ICE modern day Gestapo. Oh, okay. Well, if ICE is Gestapo, then Trump's Hitler, right? Right? I mean, there's plenty of instances of him saying Trump's a fascist. There's plenty of instances of his running mate Kamala Harris saying Trump's a fascist. Yeah, I think he's a fascist. Yeah, he's a fascist. AOC said Trump's a Nazi. But you better stop calling me the R word. 20-year-olds are driving by my house laughing at me, calling me Simple Jack. Yeah, that's hilarious because you're an idiot, you stupid goofball. But yeah, no, you better stop it because that's going to get me killed. Oh, okay. Well, prepare yourself for more 20-year-olds driving by. And if you were upset with the R word, holy balls, you got no idea what these kids are going to be saying. Prepare thyself accordingly and prepare yourself for this upcoming winter by getting yourself a delicious bearskin hoodie. 60% off from our sponsor, Bearskin. Sponsor, Bearskin. You guys already know about bearskin hoodies, right? Well, if you don't, let me introduce them to you. You can get this bad boy right here. Beautifully put together. All right. It's official hoodie season. Cold mornings, windy days, surprise snow. And right now, Bearskin is running their biggest deal of the year. We're taking 60% off for this Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Now, this isn't some old fleece. This thing's built with 340 GSM bearskin fleece, 10 pockets, and a rugged athletic fit that actually looks good on you. Plus, If it starts pouring, you can zip it into that heavy storm rain jacket and instantly level up to full waterproof protection. You also get free U.S. shipping from their warehouse in the U.S. and gear that'll last you season after season. So here's what you need to do to get 60% off. Text SALTY to 36912. Again, that's SALTY to 36912, and they'll text you a link so you can lock in that 60% off before that sale disappears. Don't wait till the weather gets really bad. Grab a Bearskin now while this Black Friday deal is live. And one more thing, when you support Bearskin, you're also supporting the Fallen Outdoors and the Hope for Warriors Veterans Program. So you're not just buying great gear, you're backing a cause that matters. Grab your Bearskin while Black Friday deal is still alive. Text SALTY to 36912. So is Tim Walz really upset about the R word, Abe? No, of course not. Of course not. This guy knows that he is a wild degenerate, and the R word's the least of his issues. No, the thing that is sweating Tim Walz over here, and he's trying to make himself high profile so that he can then scream that he's being politically persecuted, because this dude might actually get arrested. We might finally see a governor get arrested. Your first high-level arrest might be this flappy-handed goofball, and I'm all for it. All right? Let's get this going. Let's rev this engine. Knock down the first domino, and let's get momentum in the law and order aspect of this country kicking off bigly. Huge, if you will. Minnesota Governor Walz faces federal investigations. Yes. Yes. There is $1 billion+ amongst a handful of Somali-led fraud scams using taxpayer money in Minnesota. Somehow, Tim Walz, the keen eye. I mean, look at this guy was the running mate for Kamala Harris. He was about to be the VP. I imagine he's got to be the bestest governor of all time. Diversity, right? But somehow, Governor Extraordinaire Flappy Hands, he missed $1 billion being soaked out of all of these state funds, state agencies, state programs. Oh, it was an accident. $1 billion? $1 billion. You missed that? You missed that? No, he didn't miss that. Allegedly, of course, he got a cut from that. That's how that shit works. So Kristi Noem yesterday says, oh, yeah, no, we're launching more investigations in Minnesota. Oh, you're targeting more cultural fabric of Minneapolis, Somali? No. We're actually, well, yes, yes. We got some more fraud things that we're looking into, some more programs we're looking into, but we are launching a federal investigation into Tim Walz's butthole in a way that he won't like it. Yep. This is local news over here. Minnesota, KTTC, Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, confirmed that Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is facing federal investigations. Oh, read it again backwards. Investigations federal facing Tim Walz. Get it. Let's do it. Let's go. I love this. Conservative outlets have alleged millions of dollars from state programs have ended up in the hands of Al-Shabaab. So we got a situation. Conservative outlets. What there's no CNN, MSNBC, ABC, and BBC. Everybody has had to acknowledge that it's not just $1 billion. Almost $1 billion was just from one scam alone. It's billions. It's billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. $1.7 billion in remittances are being flooded. So all these refugees and asylees, we're so marginalized and oppressed, but somehow they're on SNAP, they're on EBT, they're getting free housing, they're getting free everything. And they're taking that money and they're taking our taxpayer money and they're sending it back to Somalia. So you got $1 billion+ worth of scams, $2 billion worth of remittances. All of this is American taxpayer dollars being sent back to Somalia, where it's landing in 40+% of the households of Somalia. But none of that money is going to Al-Shabaab. Yeah. So, no. All of billions and billions of dollars are flying over from Minnesota alone into Somalia, and all of the warlords who took all of the Somali people's livestock, took their women, took their food, said, okay, we'll let you keep the American dollars. Yeah, who's buying that? What dumb Tim Walz level IQ morons are buying that? Zero. Conservative outlets are saying that Al-Shabaab terrorist organization is being funded by money stolen from Minnesota. Of course. Of course. If you send a bag of fucking rice to Somalia, Al-Shabaab is taking it. You're thinking they're not taking any of the billions of... It's so stupid. It's so stupid. No. This would be the easiest thing to wrap up, put a bow on it, and flick Governor Flappy Hands Walz right into a federal penitentiary jail cell. Watch that cornhole, buddy. But there you go. That's why this guy won't shut up. That's why I said there. That's why he's. And again, Donald Trump played this perfectly. He says Tim Walz. He takes a social media post, and he layers in how all of this crime. Again, this is measurable crime. There's people in jail over this. We know that $1 billion+ has been stolen by Somalis. But they won't talk about it. Nobody will talk about it, right? MSNBC won't talk about it. ABC won't talk about it. Donald Trump's like, you got Somalis stealing $1 billion. So he calls Tim Walz a retard in the tweet. And now all of the media has to share the tweet. They got to share the whole thing. Then they got to talk about it. They got to chastise it. Meanwhile, now everybody's talking. That's how the dude got the message out, that there's billions of dollars worth of money being stolen out of Minnesota. It's flying into Somalia, and it's funding terrorism. Maybe it's time we start investigating people like Tim Walz. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Check out today's sponsor, Bearskin, and then make way, because the salt must flow.